In this lecture, we are going to see modification of the databases. I, Professor D.V. Kosti, welcome you for this lecture. The contents of this lecture are deletion, insertion, and updating. So from the deletion, from the database, we need to delete a record, we can insert a record, we can update a record. Deletion. We express a delete request in much the same way as a query. However, instead of displaying tuples to the user, we remove the selected tuples from the database, can delete only whole tuples. We cannot delete values on only particular attributes. So deletion is like same as firing a query to get a record from the table, which we need to just have a delete word over there. Delete query is going to delete whole tuple. Tuple means record. Suppose we have a bank record wherein we have account name, name of the customer, account number, balance, and the city, branch city. So if we have these four columns, we can delete whole tuple of a particular, whole record of a particular customer. So we cannot delete only branch, or we cannot delete only account number, or we cannot delete only name. So we can delete whole tuple. We'll see the example. Here you can see the example. Delete all of Smith's accounts record. Now depositor is the table from where we want to delete the name or the account of Smith. Now you can see the query. Depositor is depositor minus select all customers whose name is Smith from the table depositor. Means a customer named with Smith will be deleted because of this minus. Delete all loans with amount in the range 0 to 50 is the second example. So loan table will be updated after deleting the loans in the range 0 to 50. So how to write that? Loan minus all the loans whose amount is between 0 and 50 from the table loan will be deleted, and the remaining records will be as it is and will be given to the loan. So in this way, the records are deleted from the table. Next is insertion. In insertion, we can insert a record into a database. To insert data into a relation, we either specify a tuple to be inserted or write a query whose result is set of tuples to be inserted. Obviously, the attribute values for inserted tuples must be members of the attributes domain. Similarly, tuples inserted must be of the correct arity. The relational algebra expresses an insertion by R, which will be updated with inserting a record E, R union E. Now what this arity is, suppose we have 4 columns in a table, 4 columns in a database, then we can add only a record with 4 columns, and each and every column must have the appropriate domain value. So if we have a sequence as account number, name of the account holder, and the branch in which the account is opened, so it must be in the same sequence. The insertion operation must insert a record in the same sequence. If the sequence is changed, like name of the branch, then account number, and then the name of the customer, so it is not allowed at all. Example of insertion is shown here. Account is inserted with a new entry as account union. We have 3 fields: second, first, second, and third. So all these 3 fields in a particular record is added in an account, and new account table with this entry is shown. This is all about insertion. Next is updating a record. In certain situations, we may wish to change a value in a tuple without changing all values in a tuple. So we can use this generalized projection operator to do this. So we know the example wherein we have name of the customer, account number of the customer, and balance. So in some cases, we need to update the balance as some amount is withdrawal by the customer. So only one field is to be updated. So here, how can we do that? That is relation is nothing but table column F1, F2 to Fn from R. So where each Fi is either ith attribute of R, if the ith attribute is not updated, or if the attribute is to be updated, Fi is an expression involving only constants and attributes of R that gives new value to the attribute. So this is the way how we can update a particular column. We can update a value from a particular column for a particular record. So this is all about updating a record from the database. Concluding remark for this lecture, thus we have seen how we can modify the databases using three different operations like modify, last one, delete, second one, insert. So this is all about the modification of the database. Slide credit goes to Professor Silbert's course and duration. Database system concepts, both edition. Thank you. Happy learning. Do subscribe the channel to get the notifications of new videos.